Okay, so we should be live. Now, welcome everyone. And to anyone who was here last stream, you'll probably know what's going on. And to those of you who are new, we're doing some concept art, and we're doing a sort of stream-only piece, so you get to see the whole, process. And if you were watching the end of last stream, you'll notice that they look quite different now. And I've done lots of work off camera, which I know I said I wouldn't, but I want to keep these interesting for you. So basically, I've tidied up a lot. I've added some stuff and I've changed some stuff around. And let's crack on. So if you're new around here, by the way, there's some links in our description where you'll find our social media, link to our Discord, and there's also the links to my own art social media if you want to check more of my work out. But yeah, let's crack on. Hi Auntie, hello. And today I'll be more on it with the chat today, sorry. And I'll read out your name and your question when you have them, because otherwise it sounds confusing when I just ramble. So let's get on with it. So what I did last time, I blocked out the details basically. So now I'm going to just go over everything and smooth it over. Oh, lots of people saying hello, welcome everyone, welcome. This is epic indeed, Abel. Oh, sorry, you didn't say that. Rice Pepe, thank you. Yes, this is... Just working on this mod is epic, man. And so yes, we're at a 50% opacity, so it's a sort of transparent brush now, so we can get some really nice blending in. Like so. And I'll try and avoid having silences, but I mean, we had a great stream the other day by one of our 3D modelers who was working on Mordor Tier 3, the Uruk rework. But sadly, he had Lord of the Rings music in the background, so they've actually taken it down, so you can't see that stream anymore, which is really a bummer. So we're going to try and appease the copyright gods as best we can, and so I'm going to have to keep things silent. Joseph Maloney says, "Looks sick. I love the hair at the back." Yes, they've got a really cool sort of braid thing going on there. Also, I'm going to save time, to keep things interesting, I'm going to work on this front figure. And a lot of the back figure I'm just going to do off camera, because, you know, otherwise you'll see me do things twice and that loses a bit of interest. Rice Pepe saying, especially love the everything. Yeah. Thank you very much. And so we're basically just trying to get everything smooth now, aiming to get that sort of more 3D realistic look. Let me tell you, we are far from finished though. Far from finished. Something really good about this team and stuff is it demands such high standards. and it pushes you. You can't slack off. You can't do shortcuts, which is hugely valuable, and it's really a pleasure to work with. And since this is a stream concept, I want you, if you have any suggestions, absolutely put them in the chat, because I want to hear what you think about it as well. Your feedback and your suggestions, because some of this you've helped design. Frusty is on. He's going to be modelling this guy. He's in the chat again. Pressure's on again. Joseph Maloney asking, will these have plates or just a male hauberk? These guys get a bit of everything, really. These obviously they have a helmet and metal plate shoulder pieces, but they're going to have the black bits here are chainmail, and the grey bits are going to be scale mail, because these guys are dragon slayers. So they need to resemble the part. They need to look. It's only symbolic. It's only right that they have scales. Jay asking, have I got a drawing pad? Yes, I have. It's very difficult to draw without one. I've found very difficult. Frusty saying, yes, I'm rigging stuff for the halberdiers. So you must do it faster. The pressure's on. The pressure's really on. Frusty is one of our new recruits. He's been blasting away. You haven't seen any of his work yet, but you'll see it in the next update, 100%. He's working super quickly. So one thing I realised when I joined the team was how long 3D modelling takes compared to 2D. It gave me such good appreciation of it. But Frusty's disproving that. He's working faster than me. Which is great news for you guys. You'll be getting plenty of dwarven content in the next update, that's for sure. Dwarves are getting a lot of love at the moment. Our other concept artist, Ered's working on them as well. So you've probably seen some of his really cool lower tier designs. Jay asking, what one? What do you mean by that, Jay? Frusty saying day and night. Yes. You must work very hard, and it is greatly appreciated. Oh, Jay's saying, what 3D software am I using? This is Photoshop. This is 2D. Pad. Yeah, I've got a it's Wacom Intuos drawing tablet. Not a very expensive one, but it's really quite solid. Frusty saying, I love the shadows around beard, I imagine. I think you meant. Thank you, yeah, thanks. Jay saying he knows that it's Photoshop. Sorry. You gotta go from the beginning sometimes and just explain things. But yeah, drawing pad, it's an essential for 2D art. You can't really 3D modeling. You can get away with using a mouse just, but Which does remind me, actually, if there's anyone watching who's good at 3D modelling and wants to help out, there's so many ways you can help. If you go to our Discord link, there's a recruitment channel there, and you can see if any of those skills fit to you. And we got 10 or so more viewers. Welcome everyone, welcome. To anyone who's new, we're continuing work on the Veterans of Ered Mithrin, which we started last stream. And if you didn't catch the last one, this is a sort of stream-only concept where I'm going to do the whole process on stream for you guys, so you get to see it. Joseph Maloney says, the helmet reminds me of one of those coffee pots. Yeah. I realised that halfway through last stream as well. I don't mind it, to be honest. I mean, if any of you have any suggestions for what you think would look better, do let me know. Because these guys aren't from... These guys are going to be for the Erebor faction, the Dwarven Lonely Mountain. But they're not actually from there. And they're not from the Iron Hills either. They're from the Grey Mountains. So these guys, I'm trying to give them their own look. They don't want to be... I don't want to make them too similar to anything we know. Because, you know, that's for the units like... that come from those places. So yeah, I need to try and make them individual. But if you do have any ideas, they're most welcome. Let's get some shine on this belt. If you think it looks basic at the moment, it's still very much in the beginning stages. I think I have quite high standards for my detailing. And since these guys are these crazy elite guys, these crazy elite dragon slayers, we're going to make them look the part. So they're going to be very detailed and very, very wealthy and have the best gear. And you'll notice I don't zoom in a whole lot, and that's a mistake some people do in the beginning stages. Well, not a mistake. It depends how skilled you are, I guess. But zooming in too much sometimes can warp what you zooming in like that. You can't really see the rest of the drawing as it progresses, which can lead to it looking a bit off. Flipping, it's really good as well. It sort of as an artist, you sort of grow to get used to what your piece looks like, and you begin to not see what's wrong with it. But when you flip it, you see all the inaccuracies straight away. So I mean, like obviously that looks a bit off. And let's bring that up a bit. And this is a sort of side-on sketch of the pauldron, by the way, the shoulder pad, the shoulder armour. Because I had quite a lot of problems understanding how that worked. Because I didn't think about these guys enough before last stream. I sort of went in quite blind, and that ended up, you know, I was trying to think of the design while concentrating on the stream, so it all got a bit hectic. For me, in my mind. So now I've had some time off camera to refine everything. And remember, yeah, suggestions are really welcome for anything you'd like to see. And all our social medias in the description of the stream if you want to find out more about the project if you're new to it. Let's do his cloth now. Zebrox, hello, hi, thanks for popping in, much appreciated. Red just seems like a fitting colour for these guys, don't know why. If you saw, here's all my reference photos by the way, this is our old concept for them by someone else. And this, don't you worry, this crest is absolutely going in there. That's going to be the captain. The unit captain's going to have that kind of crazy headpiece. Whereas I've tried to make these guys look a little more practical. A little more, you know, they wouldn't have these massive things that are... I mean, the unit doesn't make sense. They're covered in things that are prone to catching fire, and yet they fight dragons. But realism is in the bin with Lord of the Rings, of course. So that's not a problem. It's got a really nice looking leather wrapped handle as well. We'll do some nice patterning on that. Hans, he's speaking in Russian. Forgive me, I don't speak a word. Oh, sorry, you're responding to Mulder Fox 888. Sorry, I missed that. Completely missed that comment. And you know, as you get, refine the detail more, it becomes slower and slower and slower. So the beginning of each concept is pretty fast. It's easy to bang out the basics. So that's why I've decided to do only this guy, and to leave this rear view one for off camera. Although I might do some cool details like the axe, and the axe looks different from last time as well. I've sort of made up my own Ered Mithrin style of axe. Fruity saying the eastern part of the team has spoken. Absolutely they have. Bear riders from Mother Russia. Can't argue with that. Welcome to anyone who's new, by the way. I know I probably say this. The people who watch this, who've been watching from the beginning, are probably, it probably sounds very weird to them. But to anyone who's new, welcome. There's links in our description to our social media where you can find out more about this incredible project. Hounty says he lives in Norway. So he's not. Oh, he's not a bear rider from Mother Russia. Alas. Alas. Norway does sound very cool though. And don't worry, all this kind of beard detail and stuff is going to be. We're going to go over that in due course. It's not going to look. He looks better. He already looks better. Now he's all smoothed up. And if anyone has any suggestions, for what you'd like to see in this unit, absolutely let me know in the comments. Because I want to, I want this to be the community's concept as well, just as much as it is mine. Let's start doing these scales. I'll keep them pretty similar to the Erebor style, just because of... Although, actually, no, let me ask you, because this concept artist has gone for these kind of diamond shaped scales, whereas I'm going for the whereas I'm going for these square ones. So what do you think? Do you think these diamond scales will make it look more individual? I'll go with these ones for now, I think. Gosh, a very complicated name, saying tear shape, maybe. Tear shape. Interesting. Tear shape, how would they work? Sort of like, I can't, that kind of thing. Just, aesthetically, I think that those sort of rounded shapes look quite elvish, as opposed to, dwarven, which are quite square, angular things. Yeah, Rice Pepe agreeing, saying, the geometrical shapes that we see in the Hobbit movies are kind of, they're all very square, whereas the elves tend to go for those sort of round, flowing shapes. Mentalist Art saying, oh, those details, my friend, we are only starting. We are only starting. We are a long way from finished. These are the pre-details. And he's saying this looks good, and it's actually overlapping and protective, unlike a lot of fantasy shite. I absolutely agree, man. Absolutely agree. Mentalist Art saying yes, a PC mouse. I find it very difficult to draw with a mouse. You have to have a drawing pad if you want to if you want to do details, yeah. But yes, I don't think that we're going to stop here. But they're quite, blurry and bad quality at the moment, so we'll tidy all of that up later. Rice Pepe saying, I feel the lower part of the shoulder pads with the golden stripes will be a bit impractical. And look too high tech. That's interesting. Yeah. I do see what you mean. They're sort of these bits are sort of meant to mimic a dragon's wings, and there's the head. What would it look like if we? Let me just very badly just get rid of that. That's not bad, to be honest. I don't mind that. I think, yeah, and also from a model making perspective, those things might cause some clipping in the 3D model. I agree. I'm going to get rid of these. Good idea. I think they'd be quite difficult for Frusty to model exactly how I've drawn, because they're not very clearly drawn here. But also, yeah, clipping, which is something that, when you're just doing normal 2D art, you don't need to care about. But when you're doing concept art for 3D, you need to think how the 3D model is going to work, and if this metal beard might cause problems, because if he puts his head down, normally his metal beard would just stay there, but in the game his metal beard is just going to go into his chest. So I'm not sure what to do about that. And Rice Pepe, thank you. Yeah, it's perfectly understandable. Don't worry. Mentalist starts saying, huge respect to you. Digital art needs more mood than regular art on paper. Yes, I think so. A lot of things you draw on paper look quite good, just because it's really authentic. But yeah, I agree. But then again, it's also quite easy. It's much easier to make, like lighting and blending and stuff is a lot easier in digital art. And you've got undo keys and layers, and so there's advantages to both. Ooh, and my lovely laptop about to run out of battery. Let's charge that quickly. Hansi confirming that the beard will definitely clip with the helmet. Yeah. Unless the beard moves together with the helmet. I'm not sure how to go about that, because it looks really cool. I can always sort of try and, if I sort of cut it like to there, I know it won't look as good, but I think that would solve the clipping. But I might leave that for Frusty to do when he models, because I think having it long looks cooler in a concept anyway. David saying, wow, just loaded the mod up. You guys are doing impressive work. Thank you very much, David. Thank you. I agree. The team is really, really excellent. Yeah, it's got a great work ethic, and it's just really good fun working with those guys. And it's great we have such a enthusiastic community like you guys. So thanks all round. Yeah, Frusty will, Auntie confirming, yeah, Frusty will work on that. That's down to him. And I know having, these guys are dragon slayers, these guys are crazy elite warriors of the dwarves. So having scale armor probably isn't the strongest. Why aren't they in full plate? But this is fantasy, and obviously having them wear scale armor is only fitting if they're dragon slayers. White and the black crowd. Hello, welcome. I've seen your name on the Discord. Now I may very well only do a small portion of those scales today because each one takes. Let's do them now. I do zoom in for these because it's just easier because I've already got the basis. Each one of these takes a great deal of time. Essentially, all forms of armour are really tricky. Or rather, that all forms of armour just take a really long time to draw. Chainmail especially, and scales like this. So that's, I'll do the rest off camera. I want to make them look like they're overlapping. I'm going to make the brush smaller. And I'm going with a slight sort of raised bevel in the edge, just because that's what we see on the Erebor. And I know these guys are from a different place, but it's good to have some kind of connectivity with the rest of the faction aesthetic. And talking of a faction aesthetics, oh, what a segue! Our Trello board is in the description as well. So if you want to have a look at all the planned public factions that are coming soon, all the units, head down there and have a look at that. That's essentially our roadmap in no particular order. White in the background saying, just curious, Myron. Assuming that you are Myron, yes, I am. Why don't you use Windows and a smart pen? Because as far as I know, it should be easier, and Mac doesn't have a touch, does it? No, indeed. I've got a computer. I've got all the parts on the floor next to me. A PC, and I'm waiting for a couple of parts that got lost over Christmas. So as soon as they're here, I'll be off this. Don't you worry. Yeah. And yes, I am Myron on the Discord, for anyone who's wondering. Good to hear, says White in the Black Cloud. And there you go, that was already quite a long time on just those scales, and I'd say they're only 50% done, so... And again, I'll say it again, To anyone who's watched it for some time now will know that I keep saying this, but if anyone's new around here, our Discord link's in the description. And so that's where you can find out more about the project. And there's also kinds of other stuff there as well, so have a look at that. And if you want to have a look at my own art, my shameless self-promotion, my own art links are in the description as well. Rice Pepe saying those scales look fabulous. Thank you. We are only 50% of the way there. They look okay, but they don't look. I mean, it's easy to make things look like they're just a flat, squashed piece of art. But to really bring them out and make them pop is the difficult part. For a concept, I think that's okay, but I always like to go that extra mile. Add bits of dirt, bits of rust. Not on these guys. These guys would keep their armor in tip-top condition. Thank you very much. Sorry, I can't read Russian. I can't, so can't read your name. But thank you very much. If anyone new who's joined doesn't know what we're doing, there you go. I'll zoom out for you again. These are the veterans of Ered Mithrin, so Dwarven Dragon Slayers. So one of a staggering 6 elite units for the Dwarven roster of Erebor. And I believe Frusty, our modeller, one of our new modelers, is going to get straight to work modelling these as soon as this concept's done. So he's pressuring me to get this finished. Well, thank you, Rice Pepe. Thank you very much. Mark Chernoff. Thank you, Heinze. Thanks. Coming to the rescue. I think it's not necessarily to detail all those scales. You can texture the middle ones. It can save a lot of time. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm quite new to digital art, actually, so I tend to be quite traditional about things. I tend to like doing everything by hand and not copying and pasting too much, and using textures and stuff. And I don't know. It takes more time, of course it does, but I enjoy that more. So those scales, I'm going to leave those scales for now because that you can see how long it takes just to do those. 14, 15 scales or so, 13 scales there. Let's move to the helmet. Let's move to the fun stuff. The eyes. Eyes can make or break a character. And if they don't look good, I could just keep shadows like this. Having them as shadows is also fine. But Hi Auntie saying it looks better than the 3D scales you made. Nah, I disagree. I'm not. I'm not satisfied with these at all. I want to make them much better. And High on T, if anyone doesn't know, is modelling our Rohan. And that is very exciting to see come to life. And he's done an excellent job. Truly. Hopefully you'll see soon. This area around the eyes is just honey for your heart, Frosty. Is what you said? Thank you. Thank you. I've not come across that for saying before, but whoops. I tend to get distracted. I realise I've completely forgotten the eyes. Let's go back to them. Concentrating on the chat and stuff, and putting loads of effort into this is a huge amount harder than I thought. I don't want him to look dead. I don't want him to look flat. So. And remember, if anyone has any cool suggestions, absolutely let me know in the chat. Because I want to hear what you guys think, and I want to hear your ideas. Oh god, that looks shocking. Sorry. That eye's far too like that. Oh. I'm starting to think that eyes are not a good idea. Might try and make them, just might dull them a bit. You wouldn't see much through that mask. Ragnarok Ive, thank you very much. Thank you. It's most appreciated. With anything, with a project like this, where people come together and put in their free time, the best thing that keeps us going is seeing the community, react well to what we do. That brings a lot of. That's a huge part of the motivation. Obviously, liking Lord of the Rings as well. But yeah, so all the love you can give, it really helps. I'm not asking for love. I'm not asking for nice comments, but of course, going and supporting the mod as best you can. It's just it means so much to us. Max Herodine asking, would you ever make a unit that looks like it's been in battle. Maybe bandage and blood. That would look cool. I can't think of any units on the roster like that. It is a very good idea, yeah. I mean, a lot of the orcs have really, really shoddy armour that are covered in stains and blood, but that's probably other people's blood. I'm not sure if there's any. Also, I'm a bit. The chat's been going a bit crazy. Sorry. Do you, the team from Rice Pepe, saying, do you, the team, plan to take everything from the movies, or will you also change stuff up slightly, where it is really strong deviation from the lore? For example, giving Dane his red axe instead of the hammer he uses in the movie. I'm not sure when it comes to stuff like Dane, but we take a huge amount of our aesthetic from the movie, yes. But we have a dedicated lore master, so we're careful to stick. So obviously we're not adding goat riders because that's a break from the lore. You know, if anything, dwarves would be riding ponies, but we get reference that they don't ride at all. I know we see them riding in The Hobbit, but in combat, they don't ride at all. They are most comfortable on their own 2 feet. So we'll be sticking to that. Hi Auntie saying, we even got Victimized back from retirement. He Victimized was with us from the very beginning, if I recall correctly. I'm quite behind everything. Rice Pepe saying, your lore version pics on ArtStation brought me to think about that. Really like those. Thank you very much. Yeah, my lore accurate or sort of book inspired characters are self-promotion, but if you want to see them, my ArtStation and Instagram's below. But yeah, I work with a lore YouTuber called, very catchy name of Lore of the Rings. So yeah, if you want to see lore accurate battles, how they play out in the books, illustrated with my characters, then you can find them on YouTube. Mentalist starts saying you can do a reverse technique, choose a darker background under scales, then use a lighter brush on the surface to draw scales. This way you don't need to outline every single scale. Oh, that's good. That's a good idea. To be honest, these black outlines of the scales here are really just a guideline because I tidy everything up anyway. I do that with chainmail though. So these black bits here are going to be chainmail, but that's just the black dark undertone. I'm not sure what Hyamti's saying veterans of Osgiliath for, but oh right, the veterans of Osgiliath will look bloodstained and bloody, yeah. Yes, absolutely they will. Nicholas Andreani, you deserve love for all your work. Love sent from France. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Nicola. Teutonic Knight, how many units will all the dwarves have in the end? In the link below is our Trello page where you can see all the faction rosters. Dwarves have a big roster. And yeah, so have a look at that. You can see all the units. They've got probably the most elite units. They've got 6. And they're getting a lot of love at the moment. So hopefully you'll see them much more of them very soon. J Monster Total War looks amazing. Oh, I know. Yeah, I used to watch your videos. Much love from the Silmarillion Total War. Been a huge Rise of Mordor fan for ages. You are doing Eru's work. We all are. Everyone in the Tolkien modern community is doing that. Yeah. Dane was just an example. Yes, please, no goats. No goats. No, we will not budge on that. Yeah. Victimized almost left in 2018. Okay, that explains it. Mohammed Ifran Ahmad, what's your favourite faction so far? I like Arnor, the Reforged realm of Arnor that you can't see on the Trello page because it's a private. Unfortunately, it's a long-term future project that's going to come that you won't be seeing for a while. But yeah, that's my favourite faction. Otherwise, it'd be Gondor. Xavier Montes de Oca. Apologies for that. Talking of lore-accurate units, will we ever see a unit of longswords from Dale? I can't actually remember the Dale unit roster off the top of my head. But they're done, as far as I know. I don't think there's anything planned to be added to them. They're one of very few factions that are 100% complete. But yeah, check the Trello page in the description, because I'm not sure. J Monster Total War. Lord of the Rings is based 100%. Recommend him for all. Lord of the Rings is... Sorry, I'm having incredible trouble reading today. Lord of the Rings is based. 100% recommend him as well. Yes, he's really good fun. It's good. Rice Pepe saying, we'll check him out. This and the Kingdoms of Arda mod for Bannerlord are things I look forward to so much. You guys by any chance in contact exchanging stuff? No, we're not. We're not. We're two sort of independent projects. And to be honest, I don't know much about the behind the scenes between our communications. I'm just the humble concept artist. I mean, yeah, if there ever was something like that, I'd be absolutely all for supporting, teamwork and sharing stuff. But I'm not sure we do that at the moment, no. Rice Peppy saying, no, I've asked enough. Don't want to keep you from too much drawing. Yeah, sorry. I tend to either look at the phone or draw. And that was something I found in the first live stream. I tend to go quite quiet when I draw because it takes a lot of concentration. And there is very much a lot of this kind of touching up business where I'm just going over little details that, and the more detailed you get, the more the time increases, really. When will the Amazon series release? And perhaps we'll get units from the show. Yeah, no, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for what they'll do. I don't know about units from. It really depends what we see in the show, really. I believe it's about Numenor. If we on the off chance we decide to add a Numenor faction, then I think it would be based on the show. Yeah. There is a longswords unit in Dale. Oh, nice. J Monster asking if we have a Patreon. I'd be happy to support. No, we can't. We can't accept donations for legal reasons, because obviously it's a copyrighted name and books. Obviously, all the law is copyrighted, but also the movie aesthetic is copyrighted. Since we're basing ourselves hugely on the wetter look, we can't. That's an infringement of both the films and the books, which would be horrible. We don't want to mess with that. Rice Pepe saying the Amazon series will be big poo-poo, I guarantee it. There's a chance, but I'm trying to stay optimistic for that. No one really knows. It's all been kept quite secret. I know we got a cast announcement, and a lot of those actors are sort of veteran theatre actors, which is I think that's quite a good sign, because two of my favourite actors in Lord of the Rings, Gandalf and Denethor, were theatre actors. Ian McKellen and John Noble, I think his name is. So that might be promising. I don't know, to be honest. I really don't know. Philip Heinrich is late again. Hi. Welcome, Philip. You are never late, nor are you early. Philip arrives precisely when he means to. Mentalist Art saying, I saw your Instagram right now, and that Thorin concept was very good. And my art A-level is very nice, thank you. Thank you very much, man. That means a lot. I'm not a newbie to art, absolutely not. I've been doing art since I was 3 years old. But I'm new to digital art. I got Photoshop last March, just when COVID struck, which was when I joined Rise of Mordor. Hello from Russia. Hello, Russia. Good evening. Hello from the Netherlands. Welcome, welcome everyone. J-Monster saying, fair enough, yeah. What would be the best thing we could do to support you? Join the Discord. I'd also be happy to start putting Rise of Mordor on my channel. Yeah, so there's all kinds of stuff you can do to help. Thanks for the segue. It's brilliant. There's a recruitment chat on a recruitment channel on our Discord, where you can find all the things you can help, but also just being an enthusiastic community member. That gives us such good motivation. And J-Monster, Rise of Mordor videos on your YouTube would be incredible. And you can get the YouTuber role in our Discord. And we sometimes do work with YouTubers to make our own videos, make our promotional update videos and stuff. So yeah, there's plenty for everyone to do. And even if you think you're a beginner, you only just started using Blender or something, our team's really good at helping the beginners and giving advice and using their expertise, sharing their expertise. And of course we have intern roles. So if you're really enthusiastic but you're not sure you have the skills, there's interns, and where you get a sort of personal tutor, one of the team members, and they help you. Your mentor sort of person helps you develop your skills until you're ready. And it's not only units, we need map makers and architectural modelers. We've got quite a lot of concept artists. We've got 3 concept artists, so we're getting through all the concepts pretty fast. And we've got a really, really talented UI artist. You've probably seen his work in the recent update. So, great, I'll pop by today, says J-Monster. Thank you, man. Thanks. That is much appreciated. Yeah, I remember I used to watch you a lot when I was into, what was it? Reforged? 3rd Age Reforged. Geert van Waard, greetings from the Netherlands. Greetings. I like your work. How many Dwarven factions will there be? So at the moment there's actually only one that's going to come to you soon, which is Erebor. And Ered Luin is also planned, the Blue Mountains, but I'm not sure how distant that is. It's quite far away, I think. Khazad-dûm, I've heard people ask if Khazad-dûm's a faction, but unfortunately not. We're not going to do Khazad-dûm as a faction, but we're going to make one unit that comes from Khazad-dûm, called the Mansion Reclaimers in full Mithril. So that'll be the reward in the campaign when you retake Moria. Yeah. J-Monster saying, that would be awesome. I want to get into game design, so I think that would be the great thing for everyone. I think that would be a great thing for everyone. I've actually forgotten what you're referring to, because I'm trying to concentrate on too many things at the same time. So one thing comes in and the other thing goes out of my brain. But if you're referring to help on the Discord or YouTube stuff, then absolutely. Thanks for responding, says Git. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining. Thanks for stopping by. The intern role, says J Monster. Yes, yeah. It's been a rocky role in the past, to be honest, because we find people who are enthusiastic, but then find they lose that enthusiasm. Sorry, they find they lose that enthusiasm, and so it's been a bit of a stagnant role. But I've got a promising 2D intern, and we've got a architectural intern as well. So yeah, there's a place for everyone. And J Monster, I know you're dedicated. You've been making videos on Lord of the Rings gaming for a long time. And I've been sort of subconsciously battering up this helmet a bit, and I haven't been focusing on it at all. But I think it's good. I think these guys should look quite batty, because these guys are the most hardy warriors of all. These guys have faced freaking dragons, so they're going to be quite. They'll still look fancy, but they'll look quite worn and hardened, weather hardened, battle hardened. The word is. What other help is there? There's also the helper role, which is to do with audio modding, which is the voice lines, trying to find them, and so we can implement custom sound and custom speech. But yeah, you can find all of that on the recruitment channel in our Discord. DJY saying, played Battle of Middle-earth on the Xbox as a kid, which made me fall in love with strategy-based games. So I can safely say you guys are recreating my childhood. Thank you very much. Thanks, man. Thank you. It's stuff like that that keeps us going, you know, that's kind of positive comment, and seeing that kind of support is the best thing you can do. And it makes us really want to work hard, and so thank you. Thank you. It means a lot. Teutonic Knight saying, I'm sure there's going to be a Khazad-dûm faction in the future. Submod, sorry. Khazad-dûm submod, I'm sure there will be, And I mean, you never know. Once we get to the point where we've got all our factions released, and we've got the campaign released, you know, we might look to stuff like that. But it's not on the table now. J-Monster saying, I dabble in voice acting on your mod, on the Silmarillion Total War. So I'd be interested in trying that out. I don't think we've quite got that up and running yet. I'm not quite sure on the current status of that. But yeah, I love the enthusiasm. Keanu Khan says, I love that you guys are keep going, because I've got 1,000 hours on the mod alone. Wow, that is impressive. Very good. Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, I love that. And I said it at the beginning, but I'd love to have Lord of the Rings music in here, but one of our streams the other day got copyrighted. He was making the Mordor Tier 3. He's redoing the Mordor Uruks. But unfortunately Warner Brothers copyrighted it because he was playing the Lord of the Rings soundtrack, which is such a bummer. So I want to stay safe. And this dragon, I mean, that looks cool, but I think it looks too round. It looks like almost like a horse at a Roham. So I want to make it more angular. Get those harsh angles in there that the dwarf use. Maybe some runes down the front of its head. Manfredi Gerardi, it says, hello from Italy. Beautiful work. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to stream. Ooh, not sure about that. It does look very much like a horse. And he looks very, very cute all of a sudden. He looks like a very cute cartoon horse. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and... I'm going to go away and do this in between streams, this guy, to make him look really fierce. Maybe he needs teeth. That might be it. Make the nose, snout less wider. Oh yeah, good point. That's a good call. We keep that like that, and we can put some teeth in down here. Teutonic Knight saying, for the questions I asked, I must say I'm so grateful for what you're doing. Thank you very much. No, I mean, we live off the community's enthusiasm, so it's really good to see such good engagement. I think it's the end bit there that's... DJY asking, how do you transfer the concept design of a unit to being an actual game model? So basically, this concept goes to the modeler, the 3D modeler, who then uses it as best they can to replicate it and to make it, you know, improve it and make it look like a game-ready asset. And to be honest, before I joined the mod, I had very little idea of how much work and how much effort goes into a 3D model, and it's really given me a good appreciation of it. It takes a huge amount of work, 10 times maybe what I'm doing here. Plague Doctor very dramatically saying nice. Thank you. Thanks, Mum. I'm not convinced by this dragon at all. It's a donkey. It's a donkey. Let's leave that for a sec. I need to think about that. You're seeing my my concept process in real life, in live, which is a lot of toing and froing and trying crazy stuff and then deleting it, and I'll get rid of that dragon head. That looks. Let's start that again. What's wrong with it? What? It just looks like a horse or a donkey. I'm trying to get a stylistic look. But then it seems to be. Oh, that might be it. We bring that jaw down. Looks like a skull now. It looks like a skull. It looks like a donkey skull. I mean, any help is much appreciated. And to anyone new here, well, that might be good. That might be it. Yeah, our social media is in the description below if you want to find out more about the project. And today we're working on the Veterans of Ered Mithrin, which is a high-tier dwarven dragon slayer. Finally, the dwarves are getting some love in our mod, as you will see next update. DJY saying, if the dwarves have very deep Scottish accents in game, then I'm sold, being a Scot yourself. Yes, well, the thing is, Attila is really annoying because it limits you to having only 4 cultures. When, of course, we know in Lord of the Rings there's many. You've got dwarves, elves, Dunedain, Southrons, runic people, Mordor. So we're struggling, but it means we have to split all those cultures into 4. And luckily, DJY, dwarves get their own culture, so they will have deep Scottish voices like you so desire. But unfortunately, the Harad and Rune, and I think the Dunlendings as well, have all been lumped in with Mordor. So they'll all sound like orcs, if I've got my information right. Then, of course, we've got elves and good men. Maybe try a goatee, says Hanslip. A goatee on the dragon. We could try that, yeah. Not sure how you draw a goatee on the dragon. If we do that and bring it down. So. I'm not convinced by that either. Maybe try a third horn in the middle, says Rice Pepper. Yeah, good idea. Thanks. That'll get rid of the donkey look. Or maybe 2 horns. Because I know Smaug has a kind of ring of horns around his head. Yeah, it looks, I mean, it looks a bit like a... It looks like a horse that's been electrocuted and his mane's standing up. Which, if you're new, if you've just joined, that's not what we're doing. We're not making a horse electrocute. We're doing the veterans of Ered Mithrin, who are dragon slayers, and I'm trying to desperately make a dragon head on this helmet. Rice Pepper saying perhaps remove the nose holes and make the snout thinner and pointier. Yeah, probably a good point. And it could be the jaw making it look like maybe, yeah. Oh yeah, this sort of curved jaw here is quite horse-like. Get some angles in there. I know a lot of people usually do digital art with outlines. I tend to stay away from that. A horn would make it convincing, yeah. Well, I'll try one horn actually. That might. I wonder if you do like a long horn that comes up through the middle and starts the crest. How's that look? Oh, that's looking more dragon-like. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks. You might have just saved this concept. J-Mods is saying, I assume elf, man, orc, and dwarf split culture-wise. Yes, but our men are sort of split between 2. So we've got the good men, which is Gondor, Rohan, Arnor, Dale, and probably some others that will get thrown in there, Anduin and Vale. And then the bad men are, as you probably know, Harad, Rune, Dunland, which I think will get the evil sounding music. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do with voice lines, because it would be unfortunate if we have to have orcs saying things for Rune and vice versa. But it might well happen. Maybe wings. That was something I thought about, actually, earlier today. Giving this guy some... let me just get that up. Giving him some like crazy kind of wings like this. What do you guys think of that? I mean, these are just rough sketches, of course. Now, the thing is, I want to try and make these guys as functional as possible. So having those gigantic wings on there would make them a little silly. I know they look silly already, functionality-wise, but what do you think of the wings? The long ears and the rounded lower jaw make it look like a horse. Yes, yeah. Perhaps actually what I remember on Smaug is that his lower jaw comes out beyond his... Oh, that's it, that's it. Yeah. It was the lower jaw that was... I think that plays a... I think adding in those nostrils is a good thing. So we're getting some mixed... Joseph Maloney saying he doesn't think it's very functional at all. No, so there is mixed opinions, yeah. Sharp teeth, I will add sharp teeth to the dragon, yeah. So I'm not sure about the wings. I'm going to leave that. DJY asking, are you looking forward to designing the oliphants for Ered? I am not sure there's much to design with them, really. The thing about designs we see a lot in the films is they don't need concept art because there's perfectly good reference out there. So a lot of what I'm doing here is our made up stuff or our elaborations on the movie. I'll let you know though. I am. Oh right, it's just crashed. Sorry. It does this. It's so annoying. But yeah, I'll let you know that I am actually. Where are we? Starting to design Ered now. We're deciding to redesign it because we've just got a new modeler who's eager to work on Ered. So yeah, I'm going to start that. I'm not sure I'm doing oliphants though. Oh, I've just realised those wings weren't on a new layer. So if I want to get... Oh, right. I'm not great with layers. Joseph Maloney asking, you could make more spikes angled outward round the head on the jaw. Yeah, good idea, good idea. J-Monster saying wings would look great and add a standout feature to an elite unit that elevates their status at a glance. Yeah, the other dwarves will have quite movie-like, movie-inspired helmets, yeah. If you're going for functionality, it makes the helmet even more top-heavy. Dwarves were very physically strong though, yes, you're right. So given their build and physicality, maybe that's not the end of the world. Perhaps smaller wings, kind of like the helmets of the Citadel Guard. Yeah, I mean, well, it's a dragon. We want to make those wings... If we're going to give him wings, we want to give him big wings, I think. You know, it's like putting antlers on your helmet. I'd say it would be too overdone. However, depending on how they're designed, it could be an officer helmet. So actually, yeah, the officer helmet, I'm planning on using the existing concept art, which is this one. Look at that. The reason I'm not using this is it's really inspired by Erebor design. You can see those pauldrons and the helmet looks a lot like Erebor dwarves, and these guys aren't from Erebor, so it doesn't make sense. But that crest is really cool, so we'll be using that. Don't worry. Choose something like saying the wings would make them more unique. Yeah, that's very true. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll make them on a new layer so we can sort of toggle them off and on. And let's try and get an angular design. How are we going to do this? I have to concentrate now. Not a fan of that. Perhaps if they go back over the helmet. This is confusing. I'm going to get rid of the old wings, these sketched wings. Which I annoyingly did on a different layer. 44 people. Welcome to anyone who's new, who's just joined. This is our progress so far. We've started on the scales for these guys, and we've been refining the face and the helmet. Just trying to figure out how we can add dragon wings to this guy to make him look really cool. And of course, if you're new to the mod, have a look in the description where you can find all our social media, where you can find out more about the project. Just getting rid of these. It's rough now, but we'll go tidy that up. Okay, new layer. Rice Pepe saying, make the part where the red crest sits upon into wings. That's true. Okay, so I think it'd be hard to make that look good. So what he's saying is make this crest here. Oh, apologies. Oh, why is it? Oh, for God's sake! It shouldn't be normal. For anyone who's worried that Photoshop is a terrible software, it's an excellent software, and it shouldn't be normal. So I don't know what's causing it, but Teutonic Knight saying he's just started up the mod and will hunt some orcs with Erebor. I like your thinking. Decrease the size of the wings. Make that part wing textures. So what he's saying is making this ridge where the crest is sitting in, make that into wings. I tried that last stream. That was my original kind of design. I think I've got my concept art here. I know I draw little wings on. I did draw little wings on the concept art. So I'm actually quite lost as to what to do. And it might be something I decide to do in my own time when I can, fiddle around and just let's try one now. Although you like how the helmet looks now. Yeah, I wouldn't complain if he ended up looking just like this. You've got some nice sort of symmetry going on with the beard coming down and the skull going up, the dragon head going up. Let's do a quick wing concept and then leave that. So I'm just trying to think of that quite angular dwarven style and how that sort of translates into quite a round dragon wing. Maybe if they come out like this and they go up and they go back. Yes, anything else would be much for me, sorry. Gosh, my reading. Yes, anything else would be too much for me personally. At least in the Lord of the Rings context. Yeah, I mean, Lord of the Rings designs tend not to be too crazy, which I really like. I really like the fact that they stay quite simple. Makes them more realistic. Jacob saying, I love the dwarves, and honestly, I'm happy they're getting more attention now, so keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, they're getting a lot of love at the moment. They're getting... Our other concept artist, Ered's working hard on the lower tiers, and we've got a really talented new modeler who you haven't seen their work yet, but they will deliver a lot of Dwarven content to you in the next update, so look forward to that. Ragnarok Ive saying, together with the Malorn Defenders and the Lords of Western S, these are your best work in my eyes. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, Malorn Defenders are getting a redesign. Let me show you. Here they are at the moment. Here's our new design for them. Very much a work in progress, but I think it looks much more like the Lothlorien feeling that you compared to my old design, which looked a bit... I don't like my old design anymore. Looking very sleek, now very clean. It looks really good right now. Okay, so I think I'll leave that then for now. And I'll think about that, I'll sleep on it and... So Max Herodine asking, will there be a Bree and a Shire faction? I'm not sure. If there will be, I think it'll probably be passive. I know that Arnor is getting a few sort of Eriador inspired lower tier units. They get hobbits. Arnor's getting a hobbit unit, and Anduin Vale is getting a hobbit unit. And they do get sort of few Eriador tier 1 basically. But I don't think there will be a Breeland faction that you could play, no. Memento saying maybe make the wings but push back towards the crest. So not perpendicular to it. Yes, yeah. I think that's the most practical thing. But I think I'll think about that and do it in my own time. Why not model the wings on the top of the helmet's surface? It seems more practical, realistic. Oh yeah, interesting. So if I were to do something like this and bring them round, and bring them like that. Sorry, that's a crude drawing, but yeah, I think that's a good idea. But I'll think about that in my own time. And hopefully next time you see me, I will have a nice dragon. I'll either have something there or not. The new Malorn Defenders look so good. Thank you. Yeah, I'm very happy with them. Still a work in progress. I've been working on them since before Christmas because they're not a priority. So new stuff comes up and I have to put them at the end of the list and so on and so on. So they've been sitting there for quite a while now, gathering dust. Geert van Ward saying, it would be cool if you were playing campaign as Dwarven Kingdom and you could reclaim Moria and then it's called Khazad-dûm again. I don't really know how scripting works, to be honest, in these games, but I'm sure they could do that, yeah. That would be very cool. And if anyone wasn't here when I said the only Dwarven faction you could play as soon is the Erebor, because I'm not sure how much of a priority Ered Luin is, but Khazad-dûm won't be made into a faction. Is Arnold getting a Hobbit unit? Meaty asks. Yes, they are. There's 2 Hobbit units in the game, one for Arnor, one for Anduin Vale. And I would direct you to our Trello board below in the description, where you can see all our planned unit rosters. But Arnor's not on there yet because it's so far in the future. But yeah, if you're interested in seeing any of the other factions, have a look there. You can see all our concepts and unit cards and stats and things there. That's hot, that is. Oh, you probably asked it just as I was saying. I'm lagging behind on the chat. Will there be a black Numenorian faction at least? Or at least get some units? They are definitely getting some units, yes. There's not a sort of Umbard black Numenorian faction at the moment planned like there is in Divide and Conquer, no. But they are getting they get two, Umbar will get two more elite units and some more lower tier Corsair pirate units. Is the Trello board in the description? Yes, it should be the 4th link down. Rice Pepe's got to head out now, so had a good time watching and chatting with you. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. You've contributed a lot. Thank you. Hope to see you again soon. Meaty saying, I'm just waiting for the dwarves to get a sword unit. Very soon, my friend, very soon. They're getting a lot of love at the moment. Mentalist Art saying the wings can be the helmets. Sorry, the wings can be the helmet's horn. Draw them like the helmet horns. Try that. Oh yeah. So like that. Maybe if they have a sort of connecting bit like that. Yeah, interesting. Those are good ideas. I need to think about them. What was I doing just now? I've forgotten what I was working on. Let's do the handle. Let's do the weapon. Will there be a Dwarven Royal Guard type unit? Says DJY. Yes, absolutely. There's Dwarven elite units, which is a lot. And this is one of them. And you've got your Iron Guards in game already. Unfortunately, the Grim Hammers are getting removed. I think replaced by these guys. But you'll be getting a lot more elite units to replace them. Yeah. There'll be a sort of Royal Guard pike unit called the Treasure Hoard Wardens, and I'll make them look like Thorin's golden regal armor from the 3rd Hobbit movie. But yeah, fear not, the dwarves will be a outstanding infantry faction. They'll have everything. Meaty asking, is the Trello board in the description? Yes, I already answered that one. Yes, 4th link down. Jaws asking, do you have a concept for what you're doing with Ered Learn? No, it's really far off in the future actually. So we actually don't have much of an idea. You know, it might end up being a non-playable faction. We're not going to think about it till we've got more done in the mod. It would be very cool. I'd love to design them. It's a sort of different take on the dwarves, which is nice. Teutonic Knight saying, do you know what aesthetics Ered Learn will have? I don't know, to be honest. I haven't, because it's not a priority, we haven't really given much thought to it at all. And I'm going to give them this guy, they're going to have a sort of leather wrap around the handle, like this. I think that looks nice and nice and dwarven style, whatever you call it, aesthetic. Thingus McNippleson is one of our moderators. Oh, he's just put in the chat. Sorry, I'll put you as a moderator after the stream's over. I can't do it now. Meaty asking, I thought Mordor's Servants of the Eye were black Numenorians as well as the Guards of the Teeth. Oh yes, of course, yeah. Sorry, I forgot about them. Yes, Mordor has already got rather those 2 Dark Numenorian units as well, yeah. But I think the person who asked was asking for sort of Umbar style Dark Numenorians. I personally love there to be an Umbar faction because there's so much to explore there, like the Ardunim in Divide and Conquer. Mithrin saying, "Damn, I was hoping they'd make the Grim Hammers a lower tier, but keep them." I don't know. I think you'll see some cool stuff. Don't you worry. In the upcoming updates with the dwarves. I know it'll be sad to lose them, but you'll see. I'm sure it'll make up for them what you see. These guys will be in it for a start. So there's a sort of leather wrap. Luncasu Flores saying, "Why choose scale instead of plate?" I didn't actually choose the armor. It's already, if you look on our Trello board, it's already sort of laid out the sort of weapons and armor the unit has, and these guys have scale. And to be honest, I think it's fitting from a aesthetic point of view, a look, because they're dragon slayers. It's only fitting that they wear scales. Of course, plate's more effective, yeah. But the fantasy lets us bend that a little bit. Meaty asking, how often do trolls get worked on? That depends on our animators, really. We've got a bunch of animators now who are busy on the troll. There's a troll stream, if you look back on our channel, where he was working on it. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure how often it'll be, to be honest. The person who streams the most is Leo, who does campaign map streams. So if you're interested in looking how the campaign map's developing, which is possible for anyone who doesn't know, who's not familiar, but have a look at our other streams that we've got on our channel where you can see Leo making the campaign map. It's really fun. Jaws asking, are Gondor and Dale finished? Yes, they are. Units wise, they are, yes. Ruben Gold saying, when is Arnor happening? Well, I'm doing the concepts now. I'll show you another concept. Here's Arnor's tier 3. So these guys are your main sword and board infantry. And these guys will all be sort of variants mixed in together. But hopefully that looks cool. So I'm very much enjoying doing the Arnor concepts right now. I don't know when they'll start being made. I don't know when. I think it's Aldur who's currently doing Camul's custom bodyguard. He'll be working on Arnor, but I'm not sure when he'll start. It's quite a long way off. The helmet looks glorious, says Meaty. Thank you. Thank you very much. Lamcasu Flores says, ain't not gonna argue. Still looks good at F. Thanks, man. How many people work on the mod, Webbo Fishy? Well, we've got the biggest team we've had ever, I think, right now. There's about 20 to 30 people. And there's more people if you include, testers and helpers and moderators. It's a big crew. And thanks for helping me segue there. If anyone wants to help out, there's a channel dedicated to recruitment in our Discord. So if you go over there, you can have a read of what you can do to help us. And there's loads of things. It's not just 3D modeling and stuff. There's loads of different things you can do. So do go and have a look at that. Mentalist starts saying, I like to see Black Numenoreans melee sword infantry for Mordor. Black Numenoreans melee sword infantry. I'm not sure how many more Black Numenoreans Mordor's going to get, to be honest. Because I know they're not. It's such a big part of the Mordor style. I'm not sure that's the planning of the factions isn't really down to me, unfortunately. Meaty saying it's really cool how you guys share the development process and answer questions. Yeah, thank you. No, it's cool for us as well. We enjoy it a lot, and we get to engage with the community, and that's really one of the most rewarding things for us as modders, because we can't do it for money, obviously, but we get to be engaged with you enthusiastic community, and that means a lot. Ruben Gold says that looks pretty goddamn cool. Thanks, man. Thank you. J Monster says, I was surprised to see the campaign stream. I knew there was already a big hurdle for the team, and I was genuinely shocked to see that pop on my feed. Yes, the campaign is in full swing. I know there was myths going around about Attila's map being uneditable, but that was just down to the fact that the tools weren't publicly available. So basically, the campaign map, there's two sides to it, and the aesthetic side's being worked on now. Anyone could do that. So do check out those streams, and then the custom tool that we're developing, which helps with the AI and it helps the AI understand the map and work properly. That's in full swing in development as well. So it's going to come sooner than you think, which isn't soon, mind you. It's a very long way off. But to anyone who thought it was impossible, it's on its way. Pablo Monzon Casado says, did you make the brush yourself? Yeah, it's a really basic one. It's basically a round one, just turned a bit and squashed like that. I don't know why. I like that kind of style. It gets you a sort of thin down stroke and a fat up a cross stroke thing. And here I'm flipping the canvas because that helps me, see my mistakes. Webo Fishy saying, I'll have a look at the recruitment. Don't know how much I can help besides donating. Well, I mean, to be honest, we can't donate. We can't accept donations because obviously we're using quite copyrighted material, both in terms of the books and the films, since we're taking the look of the films. So we can't accept donations for legal reasons. But just being an engaged community member means a lot to us. The community's enthusiasm is really something that keeps us going. Where are we? DJY saying, have you thought about putting any sort of dwarven writing on either the helmet or any other part of the armour, i.e. have Dragon Slayer going across the helmet for the aesthetic look? That is an excellent idea. And I've actually got some Kuzdal, which are just Viking runes, I think. But I'm absolutely planning on putting that in, yes. Maybe we could do a band of Kuzdal around the helmet, around the edge of the helmet. Or maybe right down the bottom. That's a good idea. Let's do that. Let's do that now. Fingus McNippleson saying, I believe we are still looking for helpers. Yes, we are. It doesn't really require skill, but a lot of patience and dedication, I think. Teutonic Knight saying, I'm also very glad that Erebor will have the different style units than the standard plate they have now. Well, I mean, the Erebor dwarves will still be the main bulk of the faction, yes. But A lot of, I mean, there'll be Iron Hills units. You've already got the Iron Guard. There's some more Iron Hills units on the way, and yeah, you get sort of different units like these guys. There's also Dwarves of the Red Mountains for Erebor, which will be a really cool sort of eastern-looking dwarven style, which is something that I don't think anyone's explored yet. And Ered, our other dwarven concept artist, will do an excellent job on that, for sure. J Monster saying, are you privy to any juicy campaign details, scripting or economy? I'm not actually. I'm not that involved with the campaign, and to be honest, I think we're still quite far away from any kind of fine-tuning details like that. I think they've got a good idea of scripts, like something like Harad or something, that you have to unite the Haradrim tribes or something before you can, and then you unlock the units, etc. Stuff like that's already being discussed, yeah. But we're in very early stages. Yes, indeed. Fingers McNippleson saying that units have priority. We want to get the factions out before we start focusing on all that. Lucasu Flores saying some runes on the hammer and helmet should look good. Hammer will have runes as well, yeah. Maybe down the shaft. Mita saying, will you make custom generals for some factions? Yes. Any custom generals you see in the films, like Dane Ironfoot and Elrond and stuff, they'll absolutely be in it. You haven't seen much concept art for them, and they won't be worked on now because they take just as much time as a normal unit, and they're only a single model, so we don't see it as worth it just yet. Other than Kamul. Kamul's being worked on, and you should see him soon. But that's it. Mentalist starts saying, I was glad to see you work on stream. I follow you on Instagram, but now I have to leave. Keep doing the fabulous work. Thank you very much. It means a lot, man. Thank you. Right, let's get some runes on here. So I think a sort of golden band that goes along the helmet like a decorative trim. Question is, what are we going to write on it? It could be absolute gibberish, as long as it looks good. Sorry for the questions, says Teutonic Knight. I don't want to distract you. It's quite hard to concentrate on both art and stream. It's something I've learned, actually, yeah. Luncasu Flores saying, I'm good at multitasking. Oh, I'm not sure I am. There's a lot of nothing happening on the screen while I'm reading the comments. Meath is saying it's crazy how much work has been getting done recently, compared to the past year. Oh, we've crashed again. Yeah, the work's been incredible, actually, and especially over Christmas, because we obviously all the modders are free of uni work and stuff, so the work's been piling in recently, yeah, and our team's expanded to about 30 people. Khazad means dwarves. Yes, yeah, I know. So Khazad, Baruch Khazad is I think that's axes of the dwarves. Am I mistaken? And Khazad Aimenu means, one of them means something to do with axes. Meaty saying, write some rap lyrics on it. Well, I would, but I don't like rap, I'm afraid. I don't listen to much. We could just write the lyrics for. There's not much really visible here. Simon Gerard asking, it's kind of repetitive and probably asked many times, but how far is the game from being finished? Unfortunately, Simon, it's a long way off. We're trying to get the units done, the factions done now, as our priority, and simultaneously our campaign map's being worked on. But our campaign map is going to take a long time to get finished, unfortunately, because we have to make the tools ourselves. So it's a long way off, I'm afraid. If you think of 2070, let's say we'll finish in 2070, and then you'll never be disappointed. Misty Mountains cold. I think it's Misty Mountains, far over the Misty Mountains is the best thing to write on there. Yeah. The word for axe is Baruch. Yes, it is. That's it. Yana Durinul. Yeah, that's the Yana Durinul is what the dwarves of Dane cry, I think. The dwarves are upon you. Is that Kazadai Menu? The axes of the dwarves are upon you? Real Rockstar entrance. It absolutely is. DJ Y saying the hammer strikes fast. Indeed, they're all good suggestions. Linkanzu Flores saying that there are 2 mods for 2 different games I can't wait to play. One is this, yeah. Teutonic Knight says it's worth the wait. I hope so. I hope our fans don't give up on us. We'll still keep going, no matter what, don't worry. It is indeed a Cyberpunk 2027 project, absolutely. Kazad Aimenu, the dwarves are upon you. Kazad Aimanu, you've written. Unless that's actually right. Manu's our project leader. Our joint project leader, sorry, with Aldo. Sons of Durin. Lunkenzu saying second is Mountain Blade, Kingdoms of Arda. That is looking fantastic, I agree. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, don't worry about your spelling. My speaking is awful. I've been tripping up over sentences all evening. Sons of Durin. To be honest, I like Sons of Durin the most because it's just something so that applies to all dwarves. And we can write Misty Mountains or something after. Let's write Sons of Durin here. I'm going to shrink this right down to our size. Put you there. Give that a lock so we don't accidentally draw on it. DJY saying, I think I can speak for everyone. The longer it takes, the better it'll be. Absolutely. We've got a really solid focus on quality over quantity. Absolutely. I hope it, Teutonic Knight saying, I hope it will not end up like Cyberpunk on release. I hope not, I hope not. Well, at least the unit side we already know won't, because obviously you all play it now anyway. And there's 40 people still, so yeah, I haven't said this in a while, actually. If anyone is new to Rise of Mordor here, Our social media is linked in the description. If you want to find out more about the project, our Discord's our main place. But you can also see our Trello page where there's all the plans for the factions. And I've also got my own personal art accounts down below if you want to have a look at more of my work. Nice, shameless self-promotion there. Max Herodine asking, in the campaign will there be mercenaries? Oh, I'm sure there will be. I don't think we're at that detail yet. Let's get on with this writing. Sons of Durin to start with. A nice dot there to start. I'm not sure if this is the correct alphabet, but it was given by my lore master. I know that rune. That's the rune that gets drawn on back end. So that must... G for Gandalf, I think. A lone warrior coming in with the very bold statement that I is Russia. I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. Teutonic Knight saying, okay, I got destroyed by the orc. They went full Vietnam on me. It happens. It happens. Some things just can't stand up to their numbers. So that's S-O-N, N. Son. I go quiet when I concentrate. Sons of. Durin. Some words do look cooler than some others. D-U. R. I. N. Yeah, I think Durin looks like a very cool word. Sons, I'm not so sure actually. And I might do a little dot in between each word just so we know it's Sons of Durin. Very cool. I don't think we really have much room for much else, but let's start far over the Misty Mountains. And we can only really get one letter in. Let's find somewhere else to write the rest of the things. If we go into there, we can just... That's the one we want, isn't it? Now that's... Right, okay, now that... Where should we write next? I'm personally thinking actually on... I'll put some text there as well once I've... we might as well draw that now. Whoops. Let's make this nice and blended and shiny looking. I've been forgetting to keep up. Teutonic Knight saying, I know it has been said a few times, but it looks amazing. Thank you. Pretty happy with it too, considering I'm trying to look at my phone as well as keep up with the chat and the concept is trickier than you think. DJY asking, what's your overall opinion on Divide and Conquer, both in terms... Do both teams recognise each other's amazing work? Well, yeah, I am a big fan of it, yeah. I think they've done a great job, yeah. They put a lot of effort into the balancing and the scripts and stuff. Feels very good. Feels very real. And someone with a Russian name. Sorry, I can't read Russian, but they say, "Hello, I'm from Russia. Do I play or I make person?" So I'm assuming you mean I don't make the models. No, I make the 2D art. So these guys will then be passed on to a 3D modeler, and the 3D modeler will then make them in-game models. So yeah, it's all a big process actually. But I mean, I'm sure many of you don't actually know what happens behind the scenes. It's like a mini film production almost. And the Russian person saying, "Do I play the game?" I can't at the moment because I'm on a laptop. I'm stuck on my laptop because I'm waiting for my computer parts to arrive. But I will absolutely get back on it once the computer's up and running. Absolutely. Thank you, Magician 2023. Thanks, man. Let's get some shine on this armor. I know these guys are sort of battle-hardened warriors, but they'll keep their armor in good condition. These are veterans. These guys aren't new to war. Beautifully modelled. Thank you. And Case, hi Case. Thanks, man. Thank you. I might sort of wrap this up soon, folks. And as I always say, I keep saying this is going to be a stream-only concept. But in between streams, I'm going to tidy things up. I'll tidy everything up. I'll finish all these scales. And I'll do all the same, exactly what we did today, but on the other figure. On this guy, the rear view. Just because it doesn't make good content for me to just show it to you twice. I'll try and keep things interesting. So I'm saying, Magician 2023 says, "Is there an expected finish date to the mod?" No, there isn't. I've been saying 2070 is a good thing to aim for, so that you will never be disappointed by it. We're working on a custom campaign, and it does take a long time. So it's in the works now. It'll take a long time to be finished, but it is in the works. And there's some live streams of campaign development on our YouTube as well, if you want to check them out. But again, possibly for the last time this stream, I'll say that our social media is in the description. If you want to find out more about the project, you can head over to our Discord. And if you want to find out ways you can help us, there's lots of ways you can help. There's a recruitment channel. But you can also see our previews there, our sneak peeks of the next update. We have a Reddit too, if you're not a fan of Discord. And if you are interested in downloading it, there's the download page from our ModDB site, which is the second link down. And my last bit of self-promotion is that my art accounts are in the description as well if you want to have a look at more of my work. Is Grand a possibility? I don't know. I think as McNicolson says, yes, it will be made in the future. I didn't know that. I didn't know that Grand is possible. That would be amazing. I'm looking forward to that. We'll nevertheless be waiting. Is there any way for you to support? Yeah, so the recruitment in the description in our Discord. Have a read of that. But you know, also being an engaged community member means a lot to us. Having that kind of enthusiasm, that support, it really keeps us going, really. And you can see there, just by doing those little black strips, that he already looks more shiny, really reflective. And I'll dull that up with scratches, because obviously he's a battle-hardened veteran, so he's not going to have super shiny armor. But that's for next stream. And I'm going to end it there today, folks. So when I come back to you next time, it's going to look very different. I'll warn you. But yeah. So all the scales will be done. We can work on the chainmail next time, and the belt details, and the beard, and the hammerheads. But until next time, stay safe, everyone. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thank you very much for watching and coming along and supporting us. Bye, folks.